Commonwealth Billiards Championships on WP5.tv. Coming to you from beautiful Mauritius.
Yeah, they've got down to about 4 minutes.
Gravé et mon entier une rassemblée pour nous faire ce Commonwealth allez Maurice pour m'annutir nous tous ensemble la main dans la main Maurice dit-nous bien fiers route les zones bien accueillir bien pour m'annutir c'est un mari plaisir.
Ladies and gentlemen, can you clear all practice tables, please? Referees, players, get to your positions, please.
Good day, everyone, and welcome to day 3 here at the Commonwealth Billiards Championship. This is day 3, session 1, the start of the quarterfinals of this tournament, and we are here with the Hayball division. I'm your commentator, Raymond Tilak, be bringing you all the live action, match for match, shot for shot, right until the end of this tournament, which is on the 6th, which I do believe is actually tomorrow. Yeah, so quarterfinals and semi-finals possibly being played today. Let's have a look at that. Now we'll be playing the semi-finals early tomorrow morning and then the finals later on. So today is the last 8 of every here. And when we say every discipline, you can see in the handball well. So we have black ball was on the table, which we have video against Dunga. Yeah, we did see Doreen in action on day 1 on the TV. We did see her. She was slightly down the first half of the match, made a good comeback and was able to take the lead and secure that match. Vidya Pillay as well, very well-known player, snooker and hayball circuits. She has played in the Asian Open in Qatar. She also played in China a few times, so very well-known on the snooker and hayball circuits. And she is against Doreen Warukinga. Vidya also winning her match 7-2 against Ketki Paul from Mauritius, and Doreen winning her match against Martha Kotza 7-3 scores. So I expect a tight match between these two players. A lot to play for here. This is a single elimination straight knockout tournament. Loser does go and winner goes through to the semi-finals of this tournament. And there you can see the players Hayball table 2. That'll be Farah Osman from Kenya as well. Shiva Marora from India. Shiva Marora, hot off his recent trips, really well outside of the world as well. Yeah, this is some exciting action coming your way. And in the next match, we have Jason against Muhammad Reza Hassan from Malaysia. 12:30 p.m. What a match that's gonna be. As we just wait now for the announcer to announce the players for each match here and each division.
Audrey Chua Pei Fen from Singapore and Veronica Song Kai Yin from Malaysia. On the 10-ball TV table, we have Gerrit Levin as your referee, player 1, Lian Haas from Australia, and Natasha Khan from Canada. On the 10-ball plus table, we have Jamil Jacobs from South Africa, and Carl Keith Akalu from South Africa. Your referee will be Akhilesh Bhajan. On the Hayball TV table, we have Vidya Pillai from India, and Doreen Marukiga from Kenya. Your referee will be Jackson. On the Hayball table, we have Kevin Gania from Mauritius. Your referee will be George Maria. On the table plus, you have Jijali Claudia from Malaysia and Val Finney from Scotland. Your referee will be Mr. Krishna Kandasamy. From Hayball Plus, we have Farah Osman Yusuf from Kenya and Shiva Arora from India.
Okay, thank you. Players, take your position.
As we heard the players being announced for each match, you can tell this is the business end now. Last 8 of each division. We started off with players, so we've managed to get through round 1 of each discipline for the men's and the ladies in the first 2 days of this tournament. So all the quarterfinals will be played today, semi-finals tomorrow morning, and finals later on tomorrow afternoon. As we wait for players to leg, your referee for this match, Jacques Smit from South Africa, part of the referee team here, led by head referee Kobus Kerstein from South Africa as well.
Ladies and gentlemen, you may start your matches. Start your matches.
On my count, 3, 2, 1.
As Jacques Smith gives the count for the players to leg, this one looks like it's going to go to Doreen from Kenya. War from Kenya has won that leg. So we are live on PALive.tv. The second table is also live. We're calling that the Hayball Plus table, plus for each division of Q Sport. So you get the 10 ball plus, snooker plus, and ball plus. Those matches are all live on WALive.tv. It is free to register, and you can also find demand matches that have been played already, as well as a lot of footage from this tournament, interviews, photos, and more on the WPA Facebook page. We are also live on the Joy World Hayball Tour Facebook and YouTube page. These pages that I've just mentioned has all the information regarding this tournament, as well as the digitalpool.com links, where you can see the bracket of the tournament and see exactly who's playing who at what time as well. As there we see Doreen gets us underway, and that is a legal break. So the break rule has been changed. If you have been watching Hayball in the past, you'd know that 4 balls have to pass the balk line. As of this year, the revision 2025 Hayball rules, a legal break is if 4 balls just make contact with the. Let's see, that was a legal break from Doreen. A few other rule changes. Breaking from the box on the side is out of the rules, so now you can break within balk. Before you had to break within 16 centimeters from each side cushion. So quite a few rule changes. As well, see, we aren't using the magic rack anymore. That the rules to use this to the best. But another big rule change, the T spot has a foot spot, so where the foot is racked, that is the foot spot. Cue ball in the same place, and the object ball, or the black ball, on that foot spot, and we will see the penalty shootout coming into play if the scores are tied when the match clock stops. Even if players are busy with the current frame, if the match clock stops, players have to stop, and whatever the score is at that point in time, that is taken as the result of the match. So we did see Vidya Pillai from India securing stripes. Oh, it's a really nice pot from Doreen, but I think she's gotten unlucky on the position for the 3-ball. And a tournament like this is not possible without sponsors that make tables and equipment, the world-class equipment for this tournament, the Commonwealth Billiards Championship. Live from Mauritius, the Revanala Attitude Hotel. Safety from Vidya for at the on the snooker sponsor snooker tables and the cloth by PNS, the PNS 147 cloth. Big thank you to them as well. On the black ball side, we have United King sponsoring the pool tables and the cloth. We also have the tables by Predator sponsoring those. Those are clothed with Simonis 860. And on the hay ball side, of course, we have the Joy Q8 steel block table, clothed by Lieberwin. Big thank you to them for coming through for us, providing us with the best equipment that you can get your hands on. So when I say best equipment, I mean this is world-class conditions, the best in the world. We do see the same table, same cloth being played on at the Joy Masters Grand Finals. And even the other tables that I have mentioned are being used in all the world around the world, I think, except for snooker, where they use the Star Snooker table. Except for that, Rassen is used everywhere. Pool tables are here, and after 9-ball to use where are the content playing. It does get different players when they have faith in the equipment they are playing on, they're getting consistent results. And I feel that's what it's about. It's about consistency. It's a really neat shot from Vidya. We see that 11 to nudge the 10-ball out into open play. If you are just joining us, you are watching the Commonwealth Billiards Championship Day 3. This is session 1. The ladies are round 2. And 2 here is already quarterfinals of this last 8. So winner of this books themselves a place in the semi-finals of the Commonwealth Billiards Championship in the Hayball division. We do have a match clock running for this match. It is 100 match clock, as you can see, 92 minutes remaining, and players have a shot clock of 45 seconds per shot and one extension of 30 seconds per frame. Vidya now with ball in hand.
10 seconds.
And if you have a look at stripes now, not too bad. You can see she's on the 10. She can take the 10. The cue ball will naturally drop the table. She can hold cushion, chooses down cushion, and 14 the text. Maybe bounce. Looks to the right of that. You can see. Left herself purposefully low on the 14 to get the ball back down table. Looks to me like the 12. Yeah, from where we are sitting, not too sure if the 12 does go past the 6 into the corner. I think she might have been looking at that. 12 definitely available into the center pockets. Interesting to see the route that she takes. That'll tell us where the 12 is potable. Yeah, it looks to me like she's going to be going 12 to the left center pocket now. So you did notice the tactic from Vidya, letting her opponent go for the frame and letting her opponent play. Just waiting, biding her time, pushing her balls into better positions, as you saw a few of those shots that she played. Yeah, and this 12 to the center now gives her natural position on the black ball to the bottom right corner pocket. It's there, just in off that outside jaw. We will also keep you updated on the scores on the match that is on the next table, Hayball Table 2. As we see Vidya Pillai scoring her first point of the quarter-final match. It's 1-0 over Doreen Warukinga from Kenya in this race to 7 quarterfinal. All table 2, we have Farah Osman Yusuf from Kenya against Shivam Arora from India. Shivam currently 1-0 up in that encounter. Next on the TV table at 12:30 p.m. local time here in Mauritius, that is GMT +4. We have Jason Taron from South Africa against Mohammad Reza Hassan from Malaysia. That is next up, and what a cracker match that is going to be. Two very accomplished players coming from that snooker background. Jason coming from a total cue sport background. I mean, he's played everything and been really successful in cue sport he's played. So that is going to be a really exciting match. Everybody knows Jason Taron and Mohammad Reza Hassan as some of the best international players in the game of Hayball.
Legal break, open table.
And of course, on Hayball TV table, 30 p.m. time, GMT plus just these players have met. The last tournament, I believe, was Ultimate Pool in Morocco, if I'm not mistaken. And in that case, I think it was Chris Melling who came out on. But that match will definitely be one for the ages. As you can see, a lot of action today. Just want to have a look at the 3 p.m. It's Leon against Lindell, UK against Lindelwine from Australia. So you can see the action is definitely hotting up here at the Commonwealth Billiard Championships.
Stripes in play.
Stripes in play as Vidya smashes that stripe into the top left corner pocket. Yeah, the action coming through now in this tournament is unbelievable. The matches that we are going to have, the way the draw has worked out, and yeah, some amazing matches. I can't wait for the rest of this tournament. For those you can't, well, so do stay tuned to WPALive.tv to catch all that action, as well as the WPA Facebook page, Joy World Hayball Tour YouTube and Facebook page as well. Can see with that Doreen makes to leave that cue table done, so no shot table for Vidya, but seen as that she's of manipulable position, giving herself a chance to frame when she's ready. So if you are looking at the digitalpool.com draw, you'll be able to see the match times, and that will be in your local time. As I can see, I'm looking at them. I can see the match is 10 a.m. GMT plus 4. And that is my local time here in Mauritius. So that's a good way to know exactly when the players are playing, going to digitalpool.com, because it does give you the time in your local time. So yeah, we have the signals tomorrow morning and the final at 3 p.m. plus. This tournament is going way too fast for my liking, as I've really enjoyed the tournament thus far and the action coming to us. I've been in it. We are trying to get you every shot, every table live, and I think we currently are live on every single table. That's 8 tables being streamed here at the Commonwealth Billiards Championship. The players do have opportunity to practice before their matches, not only on the match table 5 minutes before the match, but also on the practice table that is in the practice room attached to the main venue. We have one as well as a carom table, and that is for carom exhibitions done by the pros. During the tournament, that carom table sponsored to us by Hollywood Carom Tables have sponsored that table, and yeah, very exciting to see that game being played by professionals. A very tough game indeed, but they make it look so easy. So I'm sure some of that footage will be coming up on WPAlive.tv and our Facebook pages as well. Oh, that's quite a good shot from Doreen, locking up that bottom pocket as she's pretty much secured the bottom of this table now. So Vidya has to be careful of how she navigates through. Another Vidya is going on this table. It's a nice pot from Doreen. She's ended up a little bit close to her work on the 7. However, I don't think she will take on the 4. That 4 is going to be left there until the very last. That 4 ball is now the key ball in this frame for both players. Almost 20 minutes played so far. As you can see, the match clock, 81 minutes remaining. This match, all the sessions for Hayball, Black and 10 ball are timed at 100 minutes. I believe snooker is 120 minutes per session. That's another nice spot from Green. Getting that into that center pocket was not an easy one from that angle. Oh, she almost potted that 4 ball. Yeah, but have a look at that. If she did pot the 4 ball, she has the 7 next and the 6. That was going to be very good Doreen to put on the board. And I don't think that's what Vidya wanted from that shot. She definitely didn't want that 7 to be closer into that pocket. The white ball going up table, she has left this long now for Doreen. Doreen going to be playing the 6 onto the 4 into that pocket. The white ball going up table, she has left this long now for onto and excellent contact on those 2 object balls. The second object ball will you can see it 4, and then of course, so you're looking for full ball contact on a shot like that. Now, does she have the 6 to get through to the 7? Go. It couldn't go, but that 7 still blocking that bottom corner pocket for Vidya. So this is tough now for Vidya. From what I can see, if she can get the cue ball around the center of the table, she could play the combination 13 onto 7 and get the white ball up table. That 6 ball would then be safe. That to me looks like the shot that Vidya could play in her next visit possibly. Yeah, I actually think she had on the snooker on the end of an first. Yeah, this is very tight. You can see her having a look at the 7 and the 6. The 6 would be the shot I would rather take if I could get to it, even with a bit of swerve. I don't want to be potting that 7 at the moment. Unless she has to just roll up on it. Wants to keep the cue ball there. Oh, wow.
Seconds.
Yeah, she could have done that 6. I mean, if she would have got that 6 out into the middle of the table, then she'd have definitely had Vidya on the ropes in the second frame. But I think Vidya is going to play the combination now, and she's going to be trying to get that cue ball somewhere safe. It's all about this cue ball now. She's either going to snooker or leave a lot of distance between cue ball and object ball. And that has gone horribly wrong for Vidya, and that's ball for Doreen Warukinga. And that's the thing when you're playing with the rest as well, with a bit of side, very easy, more decent. And I think that's what's and error for Vidya, giving her a ball in hand now to Doreen Warukinga from Kenya. Doreen able to move the black ball with that previous shot, but now she needs to make position on it. So coming across on the wrong side of that black ball, however, she would have liked to be top side of it. Doesn't look to me like the bank is on. If you are looking for the links to when players are playing, that is on digitalpool.com. And if you can't find those links on the WPA Facebook page or on WPAlive.tv, if you just go to digitalpool.com, you can put that in Google and then just search Commonwealth. This is the Commonwealth Billiards Championship live from Mauritius, the Revenal Attitude Hotel. So if you search Commonwealth, all the current disciplines will be black ball, N ball, and hay ball. Snooker is on a different link. I believe it's the IBSF link. But yeah, for hay ball, you'll find it there under Digital Pool. You'll see men and women. And yeah, makes it very easy to see exactly who's playing and when they are playing, as it does give you the time in your current local time. Vidya is just having a look as to whether she has been snookered by the center pocket jaw. It's very tight indeed, and she can't afford to miss now. Have a look at where that black ball is. Oh, what a shot that is. What a shot that is from Vidya Pillai. But she needs another one. She needs another good shot here. There's no place to hide this cue. This has to go. See the focus. Can see her concentrating stance on her pre-shot routine. Unbelievable. Is absolutely top. She needs another. She needs one. She needs one more good shot now on this 12. This 12 for the bottom right corner. It's not there. It's not there. Slightly overcut that one. And I believe give Doreen Warukinga her first point of the match. So goes to as Doreen Warukinga scored 1-all in this race to 7 women's round 2. When I say women's 2, this is already the quarterfinal, the last 8 of this tournament, as we did have 16 players in each division, and so 16 players in the men's and 16 players division for Hayball and all the other few sports here as well. That's snooker, 10-ball, blackball, and Hayball. Those are being played here at the Commonwealth Hotel live from Mauritius. And what a tournament this is so far. And what an experience set up here by the Maupool organization and WP. Wouldn't be here without our sponsors and our sponsors for the Hayball event. You see the Joy table sponsored by Joy, the Joy Q8 steel block table, along with the Liber Win cloth. That's sponsored by Liber Win. And I do feel that these are the best conditions you can play Hayball on. It's the same conditions we play on in China. Really is the best conditions. Same table used in the Joy Grandmasters finals that we did have earlier this year, and yeah, it's the gold standard in Hayball tables. Excuse the pun. Having a look at the scores from the other match currently on, that is on Hayball Table 2 or Hayball Plus. We have Farah Osman Yusuf from Kenya against Shivam Arora from India. Score is currently 3-0 to Shivam Arora. That is a race to 9. Also a quarterfinal match with 68 minutes left on the Hayball session. Yeah, that last frame, I have to say, it comes down to the 4-shot that Doreen played, that 4 to the corner, where she secured the pocket, and that frame, because after that, she made life that much more difficult for Vidya. As we have seen, Vidya can pretty much pot from anywhere. So Vidya had to, Doreen had to find a way to make slightly harder for Vidya Pillay here. Called by our referee. That's ball now for Vidya. Yeah, I think there was a hand foul on the 10 ball, possibly from Doreen. So this is now an excellent chance for Vidya Pillai to get her second point on the board and take the lead once again in this quarter-final match. I know she'd be looking for a great result from this tournament. Is playing really well. National Hayball circuit. Last year played in the Asian Open in Qatar. I believe the Qatar Open as well. She also did play in China. I believe she has a lot of experience from both these players coming into this match, and that's why they have made it through round one and they are into the quarterfinals, because of that experience, that match play, and the work that they put into their game. Just remind you guys, for the matches that are coming up throughout the day, we have 4 in total, being the first at local time, just at 20 local time, St. Rezan as well. 3 and against Lindelvine, Australia, and our feature match 5:30 p.m. Chris the Magician Melling against Chandi Caesar from Uganda. Is Vidya gonna take 13 onto 15 here? There it goes. Yeah, that 15 was not outside the pocket. It wasn't right side. It has a little bit of an angle to the side on the jaw. And as you can see, that has not fallen. So those striped balls still there for her. But definitely so far, Vidya looking in pole position for this frame so far. As you can see, 64 minutes left to play. These sessions are timed at 100 minutes per session. Players do get a 45 seconds per shot and 1 extension of 30 seconds per frame. Oh, what a shot that is. From Doreen, that is a shot. You can put the ball as long as you make contact with your object ball first. That's a lovely shot from Doreen. Played that to the top corner pocket. And as you see, Doreen is putting up quite a fight against Vidya match. To play those tactical shots, and she can pot balls like that. Brilliant stuff from Warukinga from Kenya. And now, look at how the complexion of this match and this frame has changed. She pots this, she's almost guaranteed to be on one of those solids, and there you can see he's on the 7 already. Just has to find a way to get into a potable position for the 5 and the 2 near the cue ball currently. So the 7 will take her naturally up table to the 1. See the way she plays this. It's all about pace, this. Looks like she's leave herself low. Yeah, that's pretty much a perfect be moving the cue ball around the table from there, getting that cue ball to the bottom side of the table.
Ball in hand, time right.
And now Doreen Warukinga from Kenya with ball in hand here. What an opportunity this is for her to possibly take the lead for the first time in this match. As you can see, the score currently 1-all. Yeah, she was trying to work the cue ball a bit there, took the eye off the pot. That was a great opportunity for her to get her second point on the board. If you are just joining us, this is the Commonwealth Billiards Championship, Day 3, Session 1, live from Mauritius, the Revanala Attitude Hotel, with the beach right on our doorstep, about 100 meters away. And this is going to go off the 1. That's not too bad, but I do think Doreen is going to be playing the 1 onto the next.
9 minutes left position. 59 minutes left.
As the announcement made by head referee Kobus Kirstein for this tournament, 59 minutes left in the black ball and 10 ball sessions. These are time sessions at 100 minutes per match. And when the match clock stops, the match stops. Even if there is a game in progress, whatever the score is, when that stops, that'll be taken as the final result. If the scores are tied, like they are currently, it will go down to a penalty shootout. Penalty spot has been moved now to the foot spot. That is where the first ball is currently racked. Yeah, I was going to say I was surprised at the way Doreen played. That did her actual 1 into the pop and ball save. She did 1 for Vidya and even in the court definitely frame to Vidya. And look at Doreen purposely leaving that cue ball on the other side of the table, leaving a lot of distance cue ball and object ball. Even if she hasn't gotten the snooker, she's not leaving anything easy on the table for Vidya. So these two players at the moment. Yeah, and once again, Vidya coming to the table with an excellent opportunity now. If she can just get this pot on this 11 ball, the cue ball will naturally be coming up the table to play that black ball into the top right corner pocket. And here it comes. Missed the in off. Missed the in off. Oh my word. The only wrong with that shot, and have once again does a track like that up, and like that used to not play. You just on let the natural angle take the cue ball to the black ball, but I can tell you something, things are not going Vidya's way in this match thus far, and she will have to dig deep. She will definitely have to dig deep to get this one done. And I think in that scenario, that is the best shot that Vidya could have played. There was nothing really she could have with where the cue ball was. Now what's the shot for Doreen? What you are trying to do here is how can you place your ball in a better position and at the same time try and snooker your opponent. There's almost, if she could have caught that a little bit thicker, possibly getting the 5 in front of the center, cue ball behind the 1. Excellent thinking from Doreen with that shot, but she has left the black ball opened. As you can see, it does go to both the center pocket and the bottom left corner pocket. And Vidya Pillay is able to convert that frame into a point as she gets her second point on the board. She now leads once again to frames to 1 in this race to 7 women's round 2, and this is the quarterfinal Commonwealth Championship in the Haven.
Race to 7. India leads 2-1. India to break. Ball in hand. Time running. Legal break. Open table. Open table.
And if you are just joining us, well, the Commonwealth Billiards Championship Day 3. This is session 1 here, the 10 a.m. session in Mauritian time, GMT +4. We have the first match of the quarterfinals in the ladies division. It's a Vidya Pillai from India against Doreen Kinga from Kenya. And joining me in commentary now is the president of the organization, Dr. Vanisha. Vanisha, please, child, wanted to have a scale tournament on the island of Mauritius. That was your plan. I know Maupool is less than a year old, but the execution by Maupool and WPA to put a tournament like this together, I mean, it's world-class, world-standard, and from what I've heard and what I've seen myself, one of the best tournaments that we've ever been to.
Good morning, Commonwealth. Good morning to the world, and good morning, Mauritius. So, indeed, it is with lots of pride that we've been able to welcome all these countries, all these athletes, and all these officials and commentators like yourself, Mr. Tilak, in Mauritius. And it is not only an honor, but also a blessing to have all these people all together having an enjoyable tournament like this. And we should always keep in mind it is the Commonwealth, and Commonwealth is the third largest game. So first we have the Olympics, then the Asian Games. Neither South Africa nor Mauritius nor any African countries are part of Asia. So after the Olympics, it is a Commonwealth medal that any athlete would love to win. And our QIsts are here for these medals. A real pleasure to see them competing for those medals.
Of course. So for us on the African continent, this is the second biggest games that we can play in. As you said, first the Olympics, second the Asian, and third the Commonwealth. And what do you now see for the future, as we've seen this now in action, the Commonwealth Billiard Championship? What do you see for the future for billiards getting into the Olympic Games, especially after a tournament like this? I know the categories they look for, the criteria is for the championship to excel in every way. The best locations, as we have here, the best tables, best equipment, and best conditions for the athletes. So I feel personally we are well on our way into having billiards into the Olympic Games, especially after a tournament like this.
Yes, because many people know that it's only about the table. It's not.
No.
It is much more
Yes,
beyond the table.
of course.
And the creation of the official song with the mixture of the Creole language, which is our official language here, and with the English, together with English, the billiard, and the creation of Kudo. These are the boxers to be part of first Commonwealth Games, because this is just a championship. So we look forward to be in with the games in 2030. Why not?
Yes.
And then we are dreaming of 2031. But if not, we will continue to dream and make it
Of
a
course.
reality.
Yes, there's no deadline. Games is an ongoing competition, and if not 2032, then 2036, of course. But as you said, also have been this tournament
All
definitely.
boxers. By that, We have created Kudo, but have you seen our little mascot that everybody will take home? Even you, all the official, all the players will get a small Kudo to take home. So all these boxes are being ticked because these are what Olympic is waiting for.
Yes.
That we give everybody a little something. They want them, so everybody who will wear at least on home without any souvenir. That Maupol we have been designed by the Mauritian designer Mr. Wadesh Daladu, and he has worked very hard. You know, he's an artist and a designer at the same time, and Kudo took birth in Mauritius.
I mean, it's brilliant.
It
Kudo is one of the
he's
best.
as cute as his
He's
name.
very cute. He's one of the best mascots I've seen. And yeah, this has been a fantastic championship thus far, as you say, ticking all the boxes.
Journey, believe me, for the past 6. Well, I have personally been sleeping only 2-3 hours per night for the last 2 weeks. But at the end of the day, when I see all the athletes enjoying together with our Mauritian culture, it is the best satisfaction that as the president of Maupol and that I can really see. It is a blessing. Thank you.
Thank you. Honestly, thank you for pulling off a tournament. Every match I've done here, we have mentioned Maupol organization. I've mentioned you by name because people need to know who is responsible for pulling off a tournament like this. Because we attend many tournaments around the world, and to see one of this magnitude, the spectacle that we have here from the opening ceremony as well. I mean, everything has been done to the max.
Mm-hmm.
We had the dancers, the song, and we had the person who actually wrote and sung the song. He was here. He was here. The artist was here live. So impressed. When I saw him, I said, "That's the guy from the video." Yeah, that. No, it's brilliant. It's a brilliant
Believe me,
experience.
the closing is yet to come and much better.
Really?
Yeah.
I can't believe how you guys can top that. No, but a fantastic tournament by the Maupol organization and WPA. Brilliant stuff.
But it is a teamwork, and I would like to thank not only my local team, but the WPA for the trust, the Commonwealth Games Federation, the president made he came on only one night to be here, and if the judgment then was things best happened my team, because now I am working directly with the WCBS, and it is definitely an honor and a pride.
Definitely is. And I can imagine for him walking in here, when he sees the setup, this is world standard. Absolutely world-class conditions, the entire venue, the setup. Having the players at the same hotel where the venue is as well, that's a bonus. That's gold standard as far as I'm concerned.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So all these things just because QS.
You can see it. Everything has been, everything in this tournament has been designed to support the player. Yes. The player gets the best out of themselves in a tournament like this, where the conditions are the best. They are able to rest enough, as players did have a 1-day rest on the first round. It was either they played on the first day or they played on the second day, but they did not play 1 day after each other. That was, and I can see that was planned.
It was.
That was planned, especially with having 16 players and the way the schedule was designed. And for me personally, as a player as well, I can because tough it is if you are playing, you are having and forth you too. So it makes them enjoy it more. The reason
to add, it's not about self-boasting, but when the lady is at the top, she's considerate a little bit because there is the mother heart, and we are more considerate compared, and men are very good in analytical mind, but we have that emotional touch that we are considerate about, tiredness, exhaustion. jet lag.
Of course.
All these things put all together, we need to be very much considerate so that our players are at their best.
Currently on table, Vanisha, we have
Yes,
Doreen
in fact,
Warukinga
yeah.
from
I've
Kenya.
seen both of them playing.
Yes.
Both of them are great players.
They are.
right? Yeah,
They
and
are.
both of them are my good friends.
Yes, I know, I can imagine.
Yes, they are.
Doreen is, I think, secretary in APA
In
now.
APA, yes,
she has been
yes,
appointed secretary in APA. She plays at many of the Chinese events. She
Yes,
has been in
yes,
China a
yes,
few
yes,
times.
yes.
Vidya Pillai, snooker player, snooker background. We saw her playing in Qatar in the Asian Open as
and
well.
She was in China.
And she was in China
yes,
too. So
yeah.
both these players a lot of experience. And as you can
Yes.
see, it is a tight match.
It
2-1.
is yes, it is a very tight match.
40 minutes left,
Yes.
and
But they are a real treat to watch both of
yes,
them.
yes, because they both come from a tactical background and they can pot as well.
Yes.
As Vidya takes the third point, so 3-1 up with 40 minutes to go. Doreen needs to do something to get back into this match.
Of course. Maybe she's wondering how she can use her own techniques to just beat Vidya, but I know it will be tough.
It will be tough.
It will be tough.
Look, from what I saw in the first few frames, first two at least, we did see Doreen using those tactics, playing the combination shots as we know is legal in the game of Hayball, and blocking Vidya, as we know from anywhere, and also great tactical play, but somehow Doreen was able to hold her, but it looks like she's... her grip has gotten loose from Vidya as she is letting her go. 3-1. If Vidya wins the next frame, with especially time counting down, we have a 100-minute time limit per match. But I'd like to know from you, Vanisha, when exactly did you think that you wanted to have billiards on the island and have this championship? When was this? And I'd like to know the thought process behind that.
Long story, in fact.
A lot.
It's a long story because I met the team in South Africa when I got the award Best Teacher in Ghana 21. I was a Best Teacher for Africa in 55 countries under the African Union.
Yeah.
And I was invited in May 2022 for the award ceremony in Ghana. And as we all know, we don't flourish. I was told and advised to take the flight, the South African Airways. It was very tight after COVID, so the only flight was South African Airways. So I took South African Airways to Johannesburg, from Johannesburg to Accra. But while coming back, I was told and a little bit unpleasantly surprised by the African Union when they told me I am coming on a Friday night, Saturday, Sunday it's fully booked because it is weekend, and I should fly on Monday morning. And I landed in South Africa. Fortunately, South Africa is like my second home, and I had contacts over there. They invited me on a dinner where I met those people who wanted to promote pool, and we just had a conversation. And to my country, because for me, my is the best place in the world, and as you can see, it is the best place with the safety.
Yes, I can say it is. I don't know if I can say the best because I love my country, but it is definitely one of the best I've been to, and brilliant, absolutely brilliant country.
And
yes,
the calm, the hospitality, everything is so good. So I invited them to come on the island, and when they came, they adopted the country, and they said, we have a vision for this country because you have been so good, and we can see that the people around are even better, right? So we started this, and now you're here.
Brilliant.
Yeah,
absolutely
and we have the
brilliant.
best vision for this small island, and we all know it will take time. Nothing happens in a day.
Of course.
Nothing happens in a day, but maybe not in 5 years, maybe 10 years. Right? We will be having Olympic champions from here if Billiards make it to the Olympics.
But at the same time, with you saying it takes time, it hasn't taken you long to host one of the biggest tournaments I've seen on your island.
Well, for you, it hasn't taken long, but for me, it has taken me 20 years plus because I started my career with this vision 20 years ago. Just waiting for the opportunities, doing the best I could in every field so that I could prepare myself for that particular opportunity. We don't wait for opportunity to come, we just work every day and the opportunity comes.
And we prepare for it, and when it comes, we are ready for it.
Yes.
And I think that's what's happened here. It would be important like this. I'm thinking on say paid community when it does already fitted. Speaking of sports under one, it's hard enough to hold one tournament with one discipline. All four, you're talking about different admin people for each Q sport, different players from different walks of life, to have them under one roof.
In fact, it is because I always say, let the players focus be on the table and let my focus be outside of the table so that I can monitor from up. So this is my skill and I know I can do it, and together I know we will reach our goal. Maybe, like I've said, maybe not in a day, but very, very soon.
I can definitely see that happening, Vanisha, and
Thank
yeah,
you
this
for the trust.
brilliant stuff.
Thank
here.
you for the trust, and I really believe it is not for us the last tournament that we will be having here. We are even, and if not, why not every year an international tournament? Why not?
Why not? Why not? And I can tell you, the players will be asking, why are we not having an international tournament here? Because from the players, I've done a few interviews with the players. So players are quick to speak about any negatives a tournament might have, based on conditions, location, etc. But from players, I have not heard one complaint. It's all the most positive things being said regarding the tables, the conditions. As you say, jet lag was factored into it. Players did arrive, most of them arrived on the 1st already, so they had time to acclimatize. We had the opening on the 2nd. Play only started on the 3rd. You were well relaxed. I mean, this is island life, so as you land, you are relaxing.
Yes.
Yes.
You have cocktail at 8 o'clock
You have
in the
cocktail
morning.
at 8 o'clock in the morning. When you land here, accreditation, they give you a drink, and you know, it's island life.
It is.
Yes. I urge people to actually, when I say the Revenant Attitude Hotel, I urge them to Google that hotel and have a look at exactly where we are, how close we are to the beach.
Yes, 30 seconds. I
Yes.
think you are closer to the beach than to your room.
Yes,
From the venue.
yes, you are. From the venue, from where the hayball table is currently, you are closer to the beach than the room.
Yeah.
How can you not be relaxed?
But it is the island life, and I cannot stop saying, welcome to paradise.
And honestly, we are all honored to be here as well, part of the commentary team and the setup team. We've had a blast here so far in setting this up, and it fills us with pride and joy as well to see the tournament unfolding the way it is. And I feel that we are, as the setup team, we are so happy for Malpool organization that this tournament has worked out exactly as planned, even better. I would say
Much better than planned, I can tell you, with dignitaries coming. Yesterday we had His Excellency Mr. Reza from the High Commission of
Pakistan,
who was here to meet his player. Can you imagine that? His ambassador to come and years to invite all see that in Mauritius. Why not the South Africa, of Kenya, all these countries, and also United Kingdom. They were invited. They didn't reply yet. Maybe they will surprise us till tomorrow.
Because, I mean, it means so much to not only the player but to the tournament as well. If they do come here and give their opinions, at least give their thanks and welcome their player.
Mr. Raza said that he couldn't believe that this was even a sport.
Yes, yes, I can believe that.
For him, it was a casual play, you
Yes.
know, in bars and
Yes,
etc.
of course.
But he was pleasantly surprised, and he has really told us that next time he is giving his support fully
Of course.
to such a tournament, and we invite all the countries to the same, because yes, we have our sponsors. I'm so grateful to all our national and international sponsors, but we need the government support.
Of
Without
course.
their support, nothing happens, and it's just a support that we need just to boost up not only the organization but the players. They need the government,
Yes.
right, to do better. Just like, you know, it's like vitamin pills that you need to
Yes,
to,
yes,
to
of
do
course,
better.
of course, yes.
That's all.
It's just a boost. It's a boost for
Yes, of
for the
course.
players, for the organization, for the tournaments, and yeah, it has been brilliant thus far. I'm really enjoying this, and we are coming now to the closing end of the tournament. Unfortunately, it is unfortunate that tomorrow we will be ending this tournament. It's been great, and I really do look forward to us having more international
Yeah,
events
and I would
in
like
Mauritius.
to really salute my referee team,
Yeah,
my local referee team. You know, these are it's their first time that they are refereeing an international tournament, and they are newly trained, yet they are standing whole day
Yes.
without complaining,
Yes,
doing
yes.
their job.
and they were here helping with the setup as
Yeah.
well.
Every-
That's your referee team from Maupool organization,
Yeah.
Trista Corbin,
Yeah,
Africa, I
South
believe he
Yeah.
turned great here, South Africa with Mauritius
Yes.
on here. People don't is how to the restart.
It is very, very tough. At the
They
end of
are
the
they
day.
are scrutinized more than the players, because as a referee you cannot make a mistake.
You can.
You cannot.
You cannot. But yet, if there is a small mistake happen, we still know it's not life and death thing.
Of course.
And they are learning, they are correcting,
Yes.
and they are just becoming better, just as the better on the altar.
Experience for them to now go ahead and do more international refereeing.
So the youngest referee is just 18. He just turned 18,
Yeah.
and he's doing a brilliant job without complaining, without, you know, youngsters, Gen Zs, how they are.
Of course.
But they are there. I have one who is 19 and one who is 18. But they are brilliant, and as professional as they could have been. It's really admirable to see
Yes,
Gen
it
Zs
is.
in the referee attire.
Yes, it is. It is. It's admirable to see Gen Zs working hard.
Yes,
Working
it
hard,
is,
not
it
complaining,
is.
and it is a hard day's work here to be a referee for this tournament. It's a lot of concentration
It is.
and also physical stamina to last the entire day. So
Mm-hmm.
you know, you have to thank everyone from behind the scenes. We see the referees, but everyone from behind the scenes as well. I mean, look at how many people we have behind the
Yes,
scene.
Yeah. In fact, we have more people working.
Yes.
Others are just at the front floor.
Yes,
and
and
behind.
I don't think people realize how many people actually it takes to pull off something like this. And as you were saying, I'd like to point regarding people thinking that this is a bar sport. That's what you think. You think pool or billiard. You think it's a bar sport. It's a casual thing. People don't even know that this is played at this serious of a level. We take it seriously.
Yeah, because you know, it's just the Americanization of the world that has made it look like that. Because
Yes.
in all American movies, people are with their beer,
Playing pool,
on the
yeah, in the
table.
bar.
Yeah, of
Yeah.
course. It's a relaxed thing, but no. Our best players, I have known them. Gareth Potts, I've met him in China,
Yeah.
and you really come to know that they are so disciplined. So focused, so concentrated, and doing, you know, the match and between two countries. It's not life. It has it is not. So all these just tell our younger seeing the it was from from organization as the organization is the baby, and we had a baby who
Yes,
represented
yes,
us
we did.
also.
Yes.
But she's our little mascot. She did the athlete oath at the age of 12. So all these things, little things, people don't realize. Boost for the country. As Mauritius also, we have only 1.3 million inhabitants.
Mm.
from the north to the south, it's just an hour drive.
Yeah, 50 kilometers across the
Yes,
island.
yeah.
Yes, we had that 50-kilometer drive coming from the airport.
Yes, yeah.
That was
So-
across the island. Yeah.
So all these things was well thought. That Marpol is not a year old, and our player is just 12. Our youngest player, not only from Mauritius, from the whole tournament. It is the first tournament, so the tournament itself, the Commonwealth's Billiard Championship, is only 3 days old. We started on the 3rd, right?
Yes.
We started on the
Play
3rd,
started
yeah,
on
yeah,
the yes.
3rd, second. Yes, 3 days old. So everything is just very new.
Yes,
And
it is.
like I've said, baby steps, but it's gigantic steps for the sport.
Of course.
Yeah.
And your youngest player, Vaishnavi Jagnarang, she played last year in India
Yes.
in the juniors,
Yeah.
and this year in Australia as well.
Yes.
So look at that, your youngest player from Mauritius playing international events already in the game of hayball. I mean, that tells you so much. The Mauritian flag being represented at these international competitions, that is such a big step, as you are saying. I did also see the Mauritian flag being proudly represented this year in China at the
Yes.
Joy Masters event,
Yeah.
and that was brilliant to see. Brilliant to see Mauritius being represented on a world stage as well.
Yeah. Like we say, we are the small island, but we are known as the star and the key of the Indian Ocean. We are known as, like we said in our coats of arms, it's Stella Clavis Maris in Disi. It means the star and the key of the Indian Ocean. This is in our coat of arms. And we are known as island. So all these things are very much like, you can say, it's not only words, but actions also speak louder.
Yes, I can definitely see that Mauritius is a place of action, as how fast things have grown with just billiards alone. I don't know that much about the country, but as far as billiards is concerned, and from what I've seen in the last 2 years, Mauritius has taken gigantic steps
Thank you
in the
so
world
much.
of billiards,
Thank you so
and
much.
now this is the pinnacle to have a tournament like this. But I do know that you guys will not stop there.
It's just the beginning.
It's just the
believe me.
beginning
It's
for
the beginning.
for the players. This is a pinnacle, because this, when I say pinnacle, I mean we are having a tournament that is of the highest quality.
Yes.
You cannot, in my eyes, you cannot get better than the quality on display here, as far as the tournament goes and the setup wise. So the and also the Olympic Committee having a look at a tournament like this.
And I would like to add also, the chairman of Joy Billiards is reaching Mauritius today. He's already on the island, and he will be reaching us to really support hayball
Of
in
course.
the Commonwealth.
Yes.
Mr. Chow is
Yes.
here, and he will be with us till the closing ceremony, and that's cannot be a greatest honor than that.
Yes, that is
our
the
main
greatest.
sponsor
Yes.
is here, and is supporting physically, not only
Of course.
financially and
Yes.
morally, but physically. He will be. He has been in, and China is not South Africa. It's not near.
Yes.
It is a long way, and he's with his age, etc. He was like, he told me it was his duty to be here.
No,
So
yeah, I agree.
yeah.
I agree. He has to be here to support his sport and look at the sponsor that we have here. And also, I also believe a tournament like this is very hard to pull off without the sponsors we have had here. As you mentioned very nicely in your speech, the sponsors, you put it into words very nicely. There's Ras tables for snooker, the United for
Predators for
the yes,
yeah,
the
Predators
Predators.
only on the table, but like we said, in real life we are jolly and
Yes.
human being. But on the table, this
Yes. Tournament, you can't do this with us that we have the frame we have on
yes,
now.
I was just looking at that myself.
But we did see, we have been watching this frame, and we did see Doreen trying to hold Vidya back.
Yes,
We saw the
yeah.
safety play, almost every shot. But I think finally Vidya has a clean shot on this black ball to get her 4th point on the board. And it's there.
And I have seen something. These Indians,
Right,
they don't
Indian.
miss black balls.
No,
eh?
no. You've noticed there was a Nina.
Yes, yes.
Nina was playing against
But
Vaishnavi. They don't miss black ball. The ball and the black ball. It's like they don't. I'm
Like they
glad.
have trained
Yeah,
for
no.
that.
It's snooker. You
Yeah.
must remember snooker
Yes,
players. the black ball is the most important.
The snooker background gives you skill.
Yes.
I think that
But it
nowhere-
also thing because you can't miss a black off the spot.
yes.
That's a cardinal
Yes,
rule.
yes,
You
yeah,
don't miss
yeah.
blacks off the spot.
Yes.
So that's why the players with the snooker background, they don't miss black balls. I was seeing Nina, she was missing shots that were during the game
Yes.
that were easier than the black balls she potted. Out of those 7, missed 1 black ball.
Race to 7.
Train
India leads
also.
4-1.
At her when she's training
Ball in hand,
is
time
like
running.
you won't say you'll be able to make it, but the
The black, it's always from Nina. I saw last ball, black ball.
yes, always.
It's as if we go red, black, red.
It is the way they have been trained in
Yes,
snooker.
yes.
And this is what
Legal
is.
table. Open table. Solid. Seconds.
So we saw Vidya taking that this frame as well. And if you are just joining us, welcome to the Commonwealth Billiards Championship Day 3. This is Session 1, the first session of the day of the Hayball division. We have the ladies around 2. Vidya play from India against Doreen Warukinga from Kenya. Currently the score 4-1 to Vidya. It is a race to 7 timed match, 100 minutes total time on the clock. We have just over 17 minutes left to play. So what's your take on both these players, Vanisha?
Well, from my point of view, Indians came with the mind. I should put it like this. They came because we have mind. It's like you, especially one was you. They need it is mindset that they need to. For them, India, it's not an easy country also.
Yes, right?
Of
course.
And for them, prestige, pride,
yes.
medal means a lot compared to Africa.
You are
right?
You are correct.
Yes, so everything is about the media. Bollywood is there, right?
Of course,
we know how high the stakes are. And this is why I think they really they are tigers on the table.
Yes.
They want to make it because for them it is for what they live for.
Yes.
It is a culture. It is the Indian culture.
And I have seen that. I've seen the passion. You can see the passion in these players, not
Yes.
only here but even at the Joy Masters. How much it meant for them playing in that tournament,
Yes.
and when they won it, and then of course India's Shivam Arora going ahead to be in the last 24, beating Gareth Potts convincingly. I believe the score was something like 11-3.
I was shocked.
That was unbelievable. Shivam played, I think, one of the best matches of
Yes,
his life, but
indeed.
it's also, it's about time. You see, players can be playing for years and then they'll hit their stride.
And this is, the magic of pool, I think. The magic of no one sit and say, I am ruling.
Ball in hand.
The table.
Yes,
no
no,
one rules
no,
the
no.
table. You rule on, in a match.
Yes,
but
yes.
not after. Or you cannot say, okay, I have won and I will win next year.
No,
nothing is
no,
guaranteed.
you can't.
No.
Because then a player like Shivam Arora comes into play
Yes.
and he does that.
And this is also this shows us how good the game is,
Yes.
because you need always to be in constant perfection, right? And you cannot say, okay, and I am done, and it will be just me now. It's not.
No,
that.
you can't do
No,
that.
you
Not at
can't.
all.
You can. It is challenging humanity, all the social skills and every skills and techniques that human beings have as human beings that we have been acquired for centuries now. It's really challenge
Yes.
that. Yeah.
So even now, when you see Vidya playing, she is fighting to win. And I think she is. If you have a look at the draw, she is the favorite in this tournament.
Yes.
With her experience, her background in snooker, she comes out of India as one of the best snooker players from India.
But we can see she's winning 4-1, and the concentration is still at its best.
Yes, I like to see that in players where they are not really worried about the clock.
Yes.
They are still continuing playing their game. It's actually not nice to see when we see players starting to run the clock down. If they have been playing using 20 seconds per shot and then they start using the full 45, that it's a fine line. It's in the rules, but
Yes.
also is it sportsmanship?
It is. It
Yes.
is. It is all in fair play. This is what I've said in my opening speech, that may the best win in all fair play.
Yeah.
Fair play.
Yes.
It should be in sportsmanship.
Of course, it
these
has
are
to
the
be.
basics
It
of
has to be.
sports, right? The respect, the mutual respect for the opponent, for the referees, for
Yes,
the
of course.
organizers. All these are the basics, I
Yeah.
think, for any sports person.
For the spectators as well watching,
Yes.
it's not nice from a spectator's point of view if they see a player purposely biding their time and that. As well as Q Sports is the only sport I have yourself. It's the only one, because
Yes, it is.
you can touch the ball with your hand. A referee doesn't see it. Nobody sees it.
Yes.
Only you know.
Yeah.
So you can either continue play or you can say, I made a foul,
Yes, of course.
take the
of
penalty
course.
and go back to your chair.
Of of course. And I think all these qualities we do acquire as sportsmen.
Yes.
We do acquire that. So only 12 minutes before.
12 minutes remaining,
Yes,
yes, and
yeah.
it's going to be very tough for Doreen to make a comeback
Of course.
with
of
only
course.
12 minutes.
Of
You'd
course.
actually have to see. So in this case, if I was in Doreen's shoes, 11, well now just over 11 minutes left, 4-1 down, you have to start moving faster. Automatically,
Yeah.
you have to.
But at
3
the end of
frames.
the day, it is also about the style of play of someone.
True, that is true. But you now the clock is in your head.
Yes,
The
yes,
clock
it
is there.
is,
You
it
are
is.
you are watching the clock. The clock is watching you. You have to. You can't be. That's in my.
Yeah.
You cannot be taking. If you usually play at 25 seconds, you can't be doing that because that's going to cost you. It's running down the clock. And I've been in situations where I've been down and time running. It's tough. It is very tough playing against the clock. That's why I've seen.
It is the toughest thing. in
Yes,
fact.
yes.
It is the
Because if
toughest
you
thing.
know race to 7 and a straight race
Yes,
to
yeah,
7,
yeah.
I know, okay, I'm 4-1 down, I could make a comeback.
True.
But that's a pressure that the players need to learn to play with, because you need to know.
Look at the facial expression of Vidya play.
Focused.
Very
All
memorable.
you have when she goes there, very focused. I think she's going to bank this to the top corner. There we go. She played it a little bit hard for my
Yes,
liking,
yes,
because she could have went to place, because now it's not in the best position.
It is not.
It's not. This frame can actually go the way of Doreen. Because the cue ball is naturally going to come out for the 14 if she makes this pot. There you see it. The 14 goes to the center. The cue ball goes off the top cushion and naturally comes down for the black ball.
Oh yes. Yeah. So let's go now and see what Doreen will do.
But this is why I'm saying you need to be moving slightly faster. There's still a chance.
You have 10 minutes left.
Needs to play that harder. Needed to play, as you can see the line, it was a natural line
Yes,
to come
yes,
down.
it is.
He wanted the cue ball around the center pocket area there. So very tentative on not
And
letting
I would
loose.
like also to mention that Joy has sent the best technician for his table for this tournament.
Thank you. I appreciate that, Vanisha. Thank you so much.
The Chinese guy was here.
Yes, no, he is the best in the world.
He is.
He is the best
He's
in
the
the world.
headmaster
He is
at
the
at the school,
headmaster,
at the
yes.
school, and she missed it.
Yes, he is the best, and yeah, he's actually in. I tell everyone that he's in the Joy video on YouTube of installing a Q8.
Yes.
If you go installing a Chinese table, you will see him. And I had the pleasure of working with him in Los Angeles.
Yes.
And
yes.
no, he is the best, and I'm glad they sent him here. That actually shows you how important this event
Yes,
is.
yes.
She had the line.
It was too slow.
Foul. No,
No.
I heard the referee call foul. No, not a foul, not a foul, not a foul. I think the referee thought that the ball did not touch cushion,
yes,
but
yes, yes.
both the cue ball and the object ball
Yeah,
actually did
this
touch
explain
cushion.
the level of
Doreen went for the pot on that black ball. I'm very surprised at that, as she could have played the snooker
yes.
and secured the
Mm-hmm.
if she would have. Yeah. So
Yes,
she went
yes.
for the bank. She went for the pot. And that's another thing. What tends to happen from what I've seen, what I've experienced, is when the time is running down, you start to actually play different shots.
Oh, definitely.
The pressure that hits you is
yes, yes.
the kind of shots you hit. Cue ball needs to slow down. Slow down. Almost perfect.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Yes, look at that.
Look at
It's
that. That is perfection
perfection.
from Vidya Pillai.
Yes, yeah, and she won.
She gets her 5th point on the board in the left on the Yeah, that's why I've noticed with a timed match, you have to be able to hold. If you see your opponent is running, you have to hold them. You cannot let that gap go too much.
Yes.
If it's 3 or 4 frames, it's too much already, because once you see 30 minutes left on the clock, 3 frames behind, although long race, you're on the back foot.
Yeah.
And then you're always from behind and you're playing against the clock. Everything.
Very true, very true. I'm just looking at all the replays.
Brilliant streaming from this event. The production done by WPA Live TV.tv sense to bring all this action. I mean, I think every shot, every match is live.
It is.
On the WPA Live.
Yes. What the level of journalism when you watch that WPA Live TV.
Yes.
Wow, it is the first time that WPA is doing that, and for WPA.
No, very
up very much.
And we're also live on the WPA Facebook page as well as the Joy World Hayball Tour Facebook and YouTube page, of course, as we are playing Joy Q8 table, the same table used in China.
Yes, it is the same table.
I recently visited the Joy Billiards Academy.
Yes, and what's your opinion?
One of the best places, Q Sport paradises I've been to.
Thank you so much. It is an honor to hear this from a Q Sport lover
yes,
like you.
It's such a brilliant space. Shop where you have everything you need as a QS.
Alcohol, cigarettes,
every
and food free. Different area for good for dining area. It's just outside. Maybe you didn't get the opportunity.
Didn't.
Just like
down
comes from the table. But things have been well thought so that we could deliver the best to our players.
Of course, yes. It makes a massive difference to everyone. Brilliant setup in that venue.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Is that that's the base for Mao Pool?
It is.
Yes.
It is our base there. Yes.
With just over 4 minutes left to play now in this match, Vidya Pillay leading 5 frames to 1. If you are just joining us, this is the Commonwealth Billiard Championship live from the Revanala Attitude Hotel here in Mauritius. We are now down to the quarterfinal stage of this tournament in all divisions. And having a look at the scoreboard from Hayball Table 2, does look like Shivam Arora has defeated Farah Osman Yusuf 9 frames to 2 in that match. So the winner of the next match on Hayball Table TV table, Jason Turon and Mohammad Reza Hassan, will be playing Shivam Arora in the semi-final of this tournament, and that is at 12:30 p.m. local time here in Mauritius. That's just in about an hour's time. Jason Turon from South Africa against Mohammad Reza Hassan on Hayball TV Table 1 here at Commonwealth Billiards Championship 2025 live from the Revanala Attitude Hotel here in Mauritius. Yes, there are all the disciplines here at, well, many other disciplines of cue sport here at the Commonwealth Billiard Championship. We have snooker, black ball, 10 ball, and hay ball. If you are looking for those live streams, they are on wpalive.tv, powered by Sense. If you are looking for the live streams at the moment, they might not be on as we are coming to the, but they will be about 50 minutes. You can find every single tape live.
You have 1 minute left in your session. 1 minute left.
As you could hear the head referee, Chris Christine, announcing 1 minute left in the session. And there we go, the seconds are counting down. This was a 100-minute time session with players having 45 seconds per shot and one extension of 30 seconds per frame. It does look like Vidya is going to take here over Kenya's in Warukinga. That will secure her spot into the semi-finals of the Commonwealth Billiard Championship. And I think that is Doreen conceding that match. So Vidya Pillay emerges victorious 5 frames to 1 over Doreen Warukinga from Kenya. India's Vidya Pillay has won that match. She is through to the last 4 in the semi-final, which will be played tomorrow morning. These are race to 7 matches. Thank you guys so much for joining us. We will be back in about 50 minutes with that Jason Turon Mohammad Reza Hassan match on the TV table. A big thank you to all the viewers for joining us, and thank you to Malpool's president, Dr. Vanisha Guria, for joining me in commentary as well. It was lovely to hear from her. I'm Raymond Talak.